Season 1 of Warzone just dropped and there are so many weapons to choose from, so I went through and found the top 5 meta weapons with the best classes that you should be using right now. With the first 2 guns being honorable mentions, we have the brand new Krig AR. Definitely feels like the best AR in its class, so take advantage of it while you can. And then we have the brand new SOG SMG, also a very good SMG, and I recommend you guys take advantage of it while you can. So I will be giving you guys a 5 attachment and an 8 attachment build. I do think the 5 attachments is better just so you can run the overkill wild card, but it is going to be up to you, so I'm giving you guys the option. This gun doesn't have that much recoil. You can get away with the suppressor. This is going to keep you off your radar, allowing you to be a little bit more stealthy. I hope we get a suppressor in the future that increases the damage range. That'd be cool. Right now though, I do prefer the compensator. For the optic, I think the Willis 3 times is going to be the best one. I am curious, let me know in the comments your favorite Warzone optic. Another very good one's going to be the Ontario red dot. It's just you don't get that much of a zoom, so that's why I prefer the Willis. For the barrel, we are going to be using the reinforced barrel, although you can add the long barrel. The only thing is I like to have the bolt velocity at least at 1,000 meters per second. With the long barrel, yes, we have more damage range, but our hit scan potential, our hit registration isn't going to be that good, and that's just, you're really going to notice that in Warzone. So I have the reinforced, so we get a balance of damage range and bolt velocity. Since we are going to be putting in a lot of bullets into the enemies, I recommend the extended mag 2. Extended mag 1, you don't really have that much ammo, so I really recommend rocking that one. Oh, I guess if you are in like duos or the match is going very slow, you can get away with the 45 rounds, Jesus. And then for the ammo, we are going to be adding the overpressure. I was going to add the rapid fire, but yours kind of really bad range, and so up close you'll be fine, but at long range, which in Warzone all your gunfights are in long range, it's going to feel a lot better with the overpressured rounds. Here's the 5 attachment Krig C build. Now if you want to rock 8 attachments, obviously you have to have the gunfighter wildcard. We are going to go over to the underbarrel, add a very good underbarrel for recoil control. It's going to be the vertical foregrip. Then for the rig grip, we are going to be adding the ergonomic grip, allowing you to play aggressive if you need to. If the gun just feels very slow, like ADS wise, add the quick draw grip. That definitely makes it feel great. For the stock, we are going to be adding the heavy stock, giving us a lot of flinch resistance. If the enemy is shooting at us, our screen isn't going to really shake at all, making it easy to stay on target. Here's the best 8 attachment Krig C build. Now for the SOG C, I'll go over this really quickly since this is just the honorable mention section of the video. For the muzzle, we have the compensator just to eliminate a lot of that recoil. We are using the iron sights. This compensator gives us a lot of recoil gun kick control, which makes those iron sights actually usable. Although we only get vertical recoil control, so we have the vertical grip on there to get the horizontal recoil control. And then for the barrel to increase that damage range, make our bullets be a little bit stronger, we got the reinforced barrel. For the magazine, we got the extended mag 1, just make it so we don't have to worry about reloading as often. You might want to add the extended mag 2 on there. I just don't like the feeling of, like, you know, the ADS speed. Then lastly, for all the SMGs, if you're playing aggressive, use the ergonomic grip. There's a big delay when you go to slide to fire in this game. It's really, really bad, but the ergonomic makes it so you don't really notice it whatsoever. So here's the 5 attachment SOG build for Warzone. Now for the 8 attachments, you can make this thing very, very good. You can go over to the optic, add the Kepler microflex, although I still prefer the iron sights on the gun, and then you can run the akimbo, but that's going to be for a future video. So make sure you subscribe with the noties on for that video. For the stock, I really like the infiltrator stock. You get a insane amount of strafe speed, making yourself a really hard target to hit. For some of you guys, it might be hard to hit your shots like this, but if you get used to it, you'll notice it actually is easier to hit your shots with the faster strafe. Then for the last attachment for the fire mods, I'm just going to be adding the, I believe, the recoil springs, but if you can control the recoil, you might want to try out the rapid fire. You'll have a little bit more recoil, a little bit less damage range, but you will kill the enemies a little bit faster. So honestly, yeah, just add the rapid fire on there. It's just if you can't really control the gun, you might want to add the recoil springs, and that's going to be the build for this. Now for the actual video, for the first AR, we got the XM4. This doesn't have the best damage range, but it is a very versatile AR, and it's very easy to use, and so I think a lot of people will like it, and I definitely recommend you guys to use it. So because of that lack of damage range and its bolt velocity, we are going to be adding the reinforced barrel. I would like to add the long barrel, then add the high velocity rounds, but there is a little bit of recoil, so we got the vertical recoil foregrip on there to eliminate a lot of that bounce. Although if you can control the gun, you can take off that foregrip and then go over to the fire mods and then add the overpressured rounds and then swap this out for the long barrel. And for the muzzle though, we got the compensator to eliminate a lot of that bounce. For the optic, you guys can use whichever one you want. For me, I'm typically going to be adding the Willis. And then for the magazine, we got the extended mag 2, so you don't really have to worry about reloading. Now here is the 5 attachment XM4 build. Now if you want to rock this thing with 8 attachments, we're going to be going over here adding the long barrel. Going to go over to the fire mods, add the overpressured rounds, bringing that bow velocity up, although it would be nice to have the bow velocity at 1000. It kind of hurts me, but just the damage range isn't that good with this gun to where you have to kind of add that long barrel if you want to, you know, really make the weapon good. And then for the rear grip, we got the ergonomic grip, allowing us to play a little bit more aggressive when we want. And then we have the heavy stock on there for the flinch resistance. Here's going to be the best 8 attachments XM4 build. For the next gun, this is going to be the Model L. I believe this is one of, if not the strongest AR in the entire game, although I'm pretty sure the Craig C does kill a little bit faster, but this thing is super enjoyable to use. Definitely try it out. So again, the extended mag 2 on there makes it so you don't really have to worry about reloading. On the underbarrel, we got the vertical foregrip. This is going to be the best underbarrel for that recoil control. Then for the barrel, we got the reinforced barrel, just so we can get that balance of the damage range and the bow velocity. And then for the muzzle, we got the compensator again. I hope we get some more creative attachments. I like how easy it is to build these, but I like when I can, you know, try to finesse a really good build that nobody really knows about. But this is going to be the best 5 attachment Model L. Now for the 8 attachments, again, you can go over to the barrel, add the long barrel. Not going to get any bow velocity, but then we can go over here and add the overpressured rounds. Now our bow velocity is going to be over 1000 meters per second. So now we have a lot of damage range and a lot of bow velocity, really making this weapon just feel like you're always on a very good ping. At the ergonomic grip again, for the stock, the heavy stock, a lot of the ARs are pretty much cookie cutter. You just kind of throw on the same things. Here's going to be the best 8 attachment Model L build. This next gun is the JACKAL PDW, one of the best SMGs in the entire game. All the pro players on multiplayer are rocking this thing, and it's just because it has a very good overall stats, and the sprint fire TTK is very, very good. If not, I think the fastest out of all the SMGs. So for the muzzle, since this gun is a little bit bouncy, we got the compensator on there. For the barrel, to get a balance of that damage range and the bow velocity, you use the reinforced barrel. Then we're not going to be adding it on the barrel since there really isn't any recoil with the gun. So we're going to be using the infiltrator stock, which increases your straight speed by so much. We don't see that many people rocking it, but I guarantee you that a lot of people are going to be using this thing. Is so underrated. Not necessarily the gun, but the stock. Like this straight speed, nobody's going to be able to hit you, and you get so much rotational aim. It's just making it easy to stay on target. But if you're having a little bit of a hard time controlling the gun, take off that stock and add the vertical, or you can add the ranger. This can increase your sprinting movement speed, so you actually are going to see probably a decent amount of people with that ranger. Anyways, for the magazine, we got the extended mag 1. Feel free to add extended mag 2 on there. Just make sure you have the extended mag. Then again, for the rear grip, we got the ergonomic grip. Here's a screenshot of the best 5 attachment JACKAL PDW. Now for the 8 attachments, we're going to be adding the ranger foregrip, allowing you to move around faster. That's going to be beneficial on a lot of the SMGs, is the ranger foregrip, since you're always sprinting around the map, so then you can get around the map a little bit quicker. And then we are going to be going over to the fire mods, and I'm going to be increasing probably the rate of fire. I know we're losing a lot of our damage range, but it's going to make the gun kill so much faster, and there's a little bit more recoil on the gun. So if you can't really control it that well, definitely just go over here and add the recoil springs, making it so you can actually use the suppressor or the overpressured rounds. For me, honestly, I don't really care about the suppressor, so I'm going to add the overpressured rounds. And then I guess you can add an optic on here, the Kepler. So here's the best 8 attachment build. But if you want to be off the radar, rock the recoil springs, then add the suppressor. So that's another very good build. And then that's going to wrap it up for the JACKAL PDW. For the next build, it's going to be the KOMPAKT. The KOMPAKT is the fastest killing SMG if you're already ADS. The JACKAL will kill a little bit faster if you're sprinting, then go to fire, because the sprint to fire speed on this gun isn't the best. But if you're up close, you're going to be deleting the enemies. Very, very fun SMG. So there is a lot of recoil, making the gun pretty bouncy. So we're going to be adding the compensator on there, the best muzzle. You can't really add a suppressor on this gun. For the barrel, we got the reinforced barrel. We're going to get a pretty big boost to our damage range of a 40% bow velocity increase, and then our damage range, we honestly don't get that much more. We get like 1 more meter, but you know, it is going to help in Warzone. And then for the magazine, we got the extended mag 2 on there. Yes, there are some cons with this, but it's going to be pretty beneficial since you run out of ammo so fast with the gun. But extended mag 1 also works. Again, rear grip, ergonomic grip. And then for the last attachment, you guys saw me take off the stock. I really like the no stock. I can do pretty well with this. I like to have a very fast like hip fire movement speed, which is what this gives you. And so this is very fun. Or the infiltrator stock, use whichever one you want. But you could take that off to go over to the underbarrel, add the vertical, and this is going to make the gun a lot easier to use. And I feel like if you're not that good, you definitely want to rock the vertical. Here's the best 5 attachment KOMPAKT 92, and then my favorite's going to be the one with the no stock. Now for the gunfighter build, we're just going to go over here, add the vertical, and then we are going to go over to the fire mods. We're going to add the recoil springs, or if you want to improve hit registration, add the overpressured. But I feel like you don't need that much pull velocity for an SMG. It's a little bit OD. You might get more help, you know, more benefit out of the recoil springs. Honestly, you could probably do the ranger. Let me see real quick. Sorry if I changed the builds a lot. Oh yeah, that's definitely what you want to rock. And then you can add an optic. Here's the best 8 attachment KOMPAKT 92 build. Very, very, very good SMG. If you're going to run 8 attachments on any gun, you're definitely going to want to rock it up the KOMPAKT. This next gun's going to be the AK-74. The AK-74, a little bit difficult to use. You guys are going to see it is a little bit bouncy, but also very controllable, and it kills very fast. So make sure you strafe from the gunfight, give it a couple games, get some practice in there, and you can really take advantage of that damage that we are getting with the AK. Since the gun is so bouncy, you guys already guessed it, we are going to be adding the compensator muzzle to there. For the barrel, we got the reinforced barrel. There's not that much damage range. Actually, I guess no, they buffed the damage range, so there is a pretty good amount. Bolt velocity is going to be decent. It's in the 900, so I would like it to be a little bit faster, but we have to use the vertical foregrip on here, or else the gun, we're not even going to be able to use it past like 30 meters. And then for the magazine, we got the extended mag 2 on there, so we don't really have to worry about reloading as much. And then again, for the optic, I do like the Willis a little bit more, but the Ontario is pretty fun. Now for the, here's the screenshot of the 5 attachment AK-74. For the 8 attachments, we're going to be going over here, adding the ergonomic. For the stock, we got the heavy stock. For the fire mods, we're going to add the, if the bolt velocity isn't that, okay, if you can control the gun, if you're doing very good with the gun, then just add the overpressured rounds, because then your hit scan potential is going to be up at like 50 meters, which is going to be super beneficial. But if you can't really hit your shots, add the recoil springs. You only get 5% recoil control, but that will make it so you kill the enemies faster because you can hit more of your shots. Here's going to be my favorite 8 attachment AK-74. If you're pretty good, add the overpressure. You're going to definitely see the benefit of the high velocity rounds. Now with all that said, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If it was helpful, make sure you hit the sub button with the noties on. A like is appreciated. I hope you guys enjoy the update, and deuces.